Please leave a message after the.
They are saying that they have nailed Tupac's killer. And ironically, to me specifically, if you follow me on Facebook, this isn't news because there's been a show that's been recently released by the USA Network, Unsolved, The Murders of Biggie and Tupac, which has gone into the minutiae, the police work of how they finally cracked the case. But for legal reasons and for some madness, they still can't make an arrest. This real life story is a follow-up to that. But even after that, there's another movie that they're making after the series with Forrest Whitaker and Johnny Depp called City of Lies, which is about this again. So Hollywood are cashing in on this. Before, I'm going to play the trailers for both of them because you guys need to hear this to believe it. But first of all, what do you guys think about this?
Firstly, Johnny Depp.
I was wondering, is that the right person? You just said
he's not going blackface, is he, or something like that?
I know you was I know it's a shock, guys. We'll get to that. But what do you guys think of the news? First of all, the Tupac murder finally apparently being closed or being solved, so to speak.
Man, this is crazy news. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know anything about this. It's not been popping up in any of my feeds, and no one that I'm close to has really spoken about it. So I don't know what that says about that particular situation. But I'm desperate to know more. Typically, Hollywood have jumped on it straight away. Like you said, trying to make a film and whatnot. But I definitely need to follow up on this and see what this is all about.
Well, like all stay-at-home housewives, Don, I was on my MSN newsfeed and I saw an inkling of it. It's one of those, sensationalist news stories that crops up like, oh, how did we find out how Bruce Lee died, which actually happened as well.
But to be fair, just sorry to cut you, throughout all the years, we've seen these articles, right? We finally nailed it. We've seen Tupac alive. We know the killer. So I guess in a way, I can't blame you for maybe not giving it too much,
that's the thing.
validity.
When I saw that on MSN, I always think, oh, why isn't this on the actual news? Or why isn't this being blown up? And then it did blow up literally in the past couple of days. So I thought, okay, maybe that had a bit of inkling of truth to it. I just feel, well, that's interesting. I think all Tupac fans are going to be really happy to know that he beat up his killer earlier that night.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's actually kind of badass in a way. That's how I want to go out.
Well, here's the thing. And for you guys listening, you might be millennials. You might be like, oh, Tupac and Biggie, that's my dad's favorite artist. I don't give a shit. I care more about that XXXTentacion, which actually we're going to get to. Stay tuned. But when I grew up, and I don't want to make this too much about me and my, nostalgia, but when I grew up, when these two died, it was earth-shattering. It was so, if you were a fan, it was crazy. If you were a black person, it was crazy. If you were a fan of just music, it reverberated around the world. If music wasn't a game, beef wasn't a game anymore. Two of the biggest, the most talented, singers, rappers, just geniuses died in very horrific ways, and they went unsolved. And there was a whole conspiracy that, they got killed in very public places and no one was talking. And apparently the police didn't care. So this was legend. People were talking about Tupac still alive and we know who shot Biggie. Puffy killed both of them. Suge Knight killed both of them. Will Smith killed both of them. There was so many conspiracies. Yeah, so I understand. Believe me, if you're listening right now and thinking, I don't give a shit about these two old guys dying. Why is it such a big deal? I'm just surprised that, okay, maybe I kind of answer my own question because I do feel like this generation are not as interested anymore, but Hollywood obviously are, because prior to this even series I'm talking about, the Biggie movie came out not too long ago, Notorious, about 4 years ago. The Tupac movie came out last year. And now we've got this series and this other movie. And, the main reason, by the way, they didn't say this in the news clip that I played. The main reason this guy's confessing is because he is diagnosed with cancer. Now, he's saying he isn't the shooter, per se, the guy in the documentary, but he was in the car and it was his cousin, One of the biggest pop culture mysteries is apparently solved, along with Biggie as well, if you watch the series. But I don't really think anybody cares. And to me, it's kind of crazy just because I was born in a time where this was mass hysteria. This is so many news for so many decades, just like, who shot Kennedy and you think you know, but you don't know. It was another one of those things I never thought would be solved. I'm seeing the evidence now, like, you know what? This is it. And everyone's kind of like, meh.
You know, a few years ago when Barack Obama was still president, there was a time where Donald Trump was trying to expose him and was trying to say that he wasn't born in the USA.
He was Zimbabwean or Kenya.
He was trying to say
Kenya.
Exactly, yeah, and he hasn't got a US passport, and he's like, produce your passport, let's see it.
Yeah.
So one of these gala dinners that they have, Obama basically
He brought it out.
He didn't bring it out. He played like this video of lying.
Hulk Hogan. The Hulk Hogan theme came out.
Was it Hulk? I can't remember what it was.
I'm a real American, and then he had his whole what was it? His birth certificate pump up on the screen.
That's what I
Really?
thought. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that's
I heard Lion King started playing, and it showed the video of Simba. You know when Rafiki was holding. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to, there was Obama made a little gag basically saying it was trying to make fun of Trump, saying that he's trying to solve some of the biggest mysteries of our time.
Right.
And one of the ones he mentioned was such as who killed Biggie and Tupac.
Right.
And when he mentioned that, I thought, wow, I actually forgot about those two. Like,
Yeah.
it's such it's been reduced to basically gags, basically, and,
Sure,
and
of
people
course.
using it as jokes. And everyone moved on. So yeah, I think that is partly why you're not seeing the reaction, like you said, to JJ.
It is far removed. This is 2 decades ago. I do get it, but I don't know. It just seems like such a big mystery is finally solved. And you know what? I think maybe if the killer was Puffy, or if there was someone, it might be bigger, but maybe it's just because it is a henchman, basically.
It's a henchman, and it's not even him as well. He was in the car.
True.
So it's like, okay.
And it really isn't. And I'm going to play a clip from the series, but do you want to say something, Chris? Because I want people to hear this series as well, because it's on Netflix now. If you really want to, they show you who did it. And everything happened. If you ever wanted to know, and for like 10 years after they died, people wanted to know this so bad. Everyone I knew wanted someone to go into it. So 10 years later, now the fact that we've got a series, a movie coming out, and no one gives a shit, I'm just like, really? Oh, Hollywood does. But
Well, that's the thing that usually annoys me is whenever you get a case like this, like the OJ trial,
Yeah.
when you learn something slightly new, a little sliver more of information about something, all of a sudden let's sign off a series to exploit that information.
Yeah.
So I thought was, they've heard a rumor that seems quite legitimate. Let's make a whole series. That's why I didn't really take that series too seriously. I mean, I watched an episode around your house and it was quite cool.
Yeah, we did.
And it was really thorough, but I couldn't end up thinking to myself, do they actually, they claim to show everything, but that's not promising to let us know who did it. You know, it's not
So
the
if
ultimatum.
you knew that going in, guaranteed that you would see who, would that really draw you more? Let's be honest. Would that really have made it much more enticing for you to finish the series or watch it all?
First and foremost, it needs to be a good series. I can't. I find it really annoying when dramatizations of real life events happen, because there's always going to be embellishment.
Of course.
There's always going to be the fantasy aspect of these things, and it just. I've gotten used to Biggie and Tupac being like cartoon characters or Animaniacs now. You know, it's like I can't. They're so iconic in that response that I've just accepted that they are basically just a work of pop fiction. They're not even. It's not even a case anymore. They've risen above that. And in a way, it's like, well, now that we know who's done it, it's justice can't be done. He's got cancer, and if it was something where, oh, it was this guy up in Mexico he's gotten away, guys, we need to get him back, you know, then it's like a chance of revenge. Yeah, let's get this in the news, man, because justice needs to be served. But he's lived it, man. He's about to pop, and he's confessed to it. I would actually really hate to be one of the cops that worked on this case day in, day night, losing sleep, trying to get this case done, years, and then this guy comes and confesses it, and then I'd be so pissed off. I mean, I'd be happy it's answered, but save me some fucking paperwork, man. You know, like, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? Let me quickly play the trailer for the series, which is now on Netflix. The series has been out for about 3 months, by the way, guys, but it was on some American firewall. You know, if you weren't in America, you couldn't see it, you know, but now it's on Netflix. You can watch it. It's called Unsolved. I'm going to quickly play a little trailer, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit because I have seen it. I'll give you my quick thoughts, and then we're going to talk about this Forrest Whitaker Johnny Depp version, because I thought, let's watch this first, and I'll get back to that in a moment.
Biggie was 24 when he was killed. Tupac was 25. Kids, man.
You're going to try to find out who really killed the notorious B.I.G. There is a very real possibility that the murder of Biggie Smalls is directly related to the murder of Tupac. People's lives are getting destroyed. It has to stop.
It's my objective to solve this case or cover the department's ass.
My son Christopher and Tupac were friends.
Look, I got you.
What if it was a white celebrity who got shot?
Get down on your knees! For us not to make an arrest, it's embarrassing. This case is legendary.
So that's a quick trailer for Unsolved on Netflix right now. The series, the first thing that just blew me away about the series is the actors behind it. One of the main characters from Westworld is in it. Bokeem Woodbine. Have you seen that Tupac music video, I Ain't Mad at Ya, where he gets killed in his own music video? That was one of the last videos Tupac ever did.
No.
He's the guy, Tupac's best friend in that music video. He's in Unsolved, playing a guy trying to solve his murder. That's very...
Oh, hang on. That rings a bell. Yeah.
Bald black guy. He's in the latest season of Fargo as well. A guy from Orange is the New... This series is star-studded. Shot very well. They spent money on this. So when it came out, I was shocked. No one was talking about it just because of the star power behind it. I was like, really? No one's talking about this shit? Finish the series. The series is long-winded. Number one. It's not an amazing series, right?
How many episodes?
It's 10. I believe it's 10, but it's like an hour. It's very long. And it's very procedural. One of the criticisms I have for the series is that it jumps back and forth between the original investigation and the original investigation when they both died around 96, 97, and the future investigation that was kind of induced because Biggie's mum sued the LA department and then they had to reopen the case again. So it's told in two different time zones. You jump between back and forth. It makes it a bit weird to watch, but it grows on you. You really get interested in the cat and mouse of these people, who's hiding. And if you really want to know, you do find out who's responsible. And obviously, I just played the clip. They find out the guy who's come forward is one of the men responsible for Tupac's murder. And then you find out, which again, it shouldn't really be a surprise, Suge Knight is heavily involved in Biggie's murder, heavily. I'm not going to say how, but if you watch the series, you find it out. When the series was over, I thought it was very well done. The very last scene between Biggie's mum and one of the arresting officers was heartbreaking because no one has been arrested. Even now, they know who did it, basically. When you watch this, you know who's responsible and there's still no arrest, which is insane. But it seems like, it seems like Hollywood are jumping in on it because the series was made, and at the same time, a movie's being made with Forrest Whitaker and Johnny Depp about the exact same thing this Netflix series has covered. The movie is called City of Lies, and I'm going to play the trailer for that, and then we're going to jump off this topic because I know some people are like, I had enough of this. I don't care about Biggie and Tupac. We're going to jump to the next topic, which is related, but just let's hear this, and then we'll come to the next bit. Okay.
Hey, Biggie!
20 years ago, you were the lead detective on the Biggie Small case, right? I'm a journalist. Why is this case so important to you?
A murder like that only goes unsolved if the police don't want to solve it.
I've seen the murder book. You have any suspects?
20 plus years and not one arrest. Are you guys hearing Tupac shooters were hired by Biggie's entourage?
Biggie didn't have Tupac killed.
The facts point to something more here.
If we could prove a connection between Cop and Biggie's murder, it would not only break the LAPD,
It would ruin the city.
That's Forrest Whitaker.
Man, I love that guy's voice, man.
Forrest, what the fuck am I doing here? More like he has this crazy eye in all of his films.
Yeah.
I just from that trailer I can tell he's playing a cop like always, but
They're both cops.
he should be playing like everyone's favorite serial mascot, you know, Suge Knight, because that is the character that you want him to. Forrest Whitaker needs to be a big bad guy and not just in Battlefield Earth. You know, he's got that brilliant face. But
He
Johnny
did do
Depp
Ghost Dog as well, though, right?
did what?
Ghost Dog, that samurai movie where he's
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog. You ever see that with Forrest Whitaker? He's a samurai. He's like a samurai assassin.
Hang on. Forrest Whitaker as a samurai. Why have I not seen this?
Samurai
film?
is really, but just and big ass. Yeah, look, it is, but it's really cool. Anyway, back on topic. Look, man,
we will speak about this soon.
let me just say this: if you told me, 22 years ago, that Johnny Depp and Forrest Whitaker were gonna do a movie about the murder of Tupac and Biggie, and Hollywood were gonna put a lot of money into it, I would have said, I would have been like, that's a dream come true. And I'm like, oh my god. Amazing, they care, and I would have thought that's never gonna fucking happen unless Puffy was hiring his other actors to do it. Look, man, I don't really, I don't know why they got involved. I really don't. Maybe because the case is kind of fascinating. The things around their murders are insane. There's a lot about the series that haven't got to do with Biggie and Tupac that the police are heavily involved. It's crazy. It's a very interesting story, and obviously Hollywood put money into it with these two big actors in it. But my main point, and the whole reason I'm bringing this up in the first place, is because I don't really think nobody gives a shit.
I believe that as well, actually. No one it's an old case, and the murder in question is not high profile enough, really. And there's not much you can do at this point. It's nice to have answers.
Yeah.
But sometimes the mystery makes something burn harder.
You know, I'm really cynical. And I'm just wondering that, in true Hollywood crimes and podcasts are very in now. And maybe just because, we finally got the evidence to make a good movie, there's an ending to this story now. So Hollywood's like, we can finally do this, man. But here's the thing. The Biggie movie and the Tupac movie, they didn't really do well in the theaters. Die Hard like them, fans. But I'm really surprised that they've gotten these big scope actors to do this crime story, especially when the series was in production with a very high caliber of actors. It's really like, I'm very perplexed that Hollywood cares now. I'm just like, why do Hollywood care now? The public don't.
I have a theory. Usually with these kind of things, they know there's one puzzle piece left. So they get a whole script typed up. Just put that shit on the shelf for a while. They think to themselves, hang on, we'll revisit this later down the line. Even if we don't get an answer, let's find a way to dramatize it. Let's find a way to sell this. And now they've got their answer. Then straight away, their production can, we've got half of it done already,
I never heard Forrest Whitaker or Johnny Depp ever speak about this in their pipeline. It wasn't on their IMDb. I never heard them. And, films in production for years. Did you ever... Johnny Depp's been ridiculed for a long time in the last recent years of all of his movies and shit. He's just doing the same kind of Jack Sparrow performance in all of his movies.
That could be why he's doing this,
No, I understand that. But he never... If he leaked it out a couple years ago, I think people would have been... There was no buzz for this movie. That's what I'm saying. This has just appeared. This trailer's been out for 2 months, by the way. Have you even heard of it before I just played it to you? Did you even know this movie was in production?
No.
Anyway, look, I'm going on and on about it. People are just get over it.
You're bamboozled, Coffee.
I am bamboozled.
It seems way too responsive and fast to just be a film that's, coincidentally come out at the same time. There's got to be something behind this. So I'm just thinking maybe people knew about the real killer for a long time now. Like maybe 6 months? That was when the series came out, right? Or even longer because the series took time to make. So
yeah, exactly.
They've been working up to
That's
this.
the answer. Yeah, I think
100%.
I think he's hit the nail on the head.
No,
there.
completely.
Chris,
You really killed it right there, Chris. And it's just like what the secrecy is weird about. No one was banking off the hype of this either. They just like you said, wait. It's just it's just the whole thing is weird. It adds to the whole.
They didn't really blow that shit up on the news because they knew it for the show, but they must have been thinking, okay, let's culminate this with a big ass Hollywood film, make some money. We can even give a little bit money to the murderer's family if he agrees to, have.
Well, obviously he's going to cash in.
Oh yeah,
he's going to write a book.
So which is like the most high profile, well paid assassination in history. If you know, just took a bit of time, but there you go, got a film.
Anyway, look, guys, I apologize if you just get over it. I don't know these guys. I don't care. That's my dad's rapper. I want to know about someone else. Well, you know what?
Please leave another message at voiceofmail.com.